Welcome back to the Ice Cube Curling Centre here in Sochi, Russia. We're here for the World Junior Curling Championships 2013, giving you the live feed from our future game today. My name is Sander Elvåg. I'm joined by the lovely Sara Karlsson.
An honour, as always.
Here we see future game, Switzerland playing Scotland. Always an interesting matchup, although Scotland looking pretty strong. Switzerland at 4 losses, 3 wins, but they're in the wind. They've won their 2 last games. Take a look at the standings here. Scotland, as mentioned, undefeated, 7 wins, and looking pretty strong. Probably already secured their playoff spot.
Yeah, just looking to secure the 1-2 page spot as well.
Japan looking pretty strong. Denmark, again, the surprise of the week after qualifying through the European Challenge. Russia also with a good chance of a playoff spot here in their home country. The Czechs at 3-3. Last year's finalists have to win a couple of games here to get through.
And here you see the bottom of the table. Switzerland and USA at 3 and 4. Sweden at 2 and 4. Canada picked up another win yesterday to get themselves to 2 wins and 5 losses. Finally, Norway on 1 and 6. Here you see the lineup for Switzerland. We've had a couple of changes, so Vera Campanova is playing lead. Michelle Griby is playing second, she's also skipping. Lisa Giesler at third, and alternate Jenny Perret coming in to play fourth.
Lineup for Scotland: lead Abby Brown, second Jennifer Dodd, third Lauren Gray, and skip Hannah Fleming. Vicky Wright, alternate Debbie Knox. Team coach as we're listening to the Norwegian national anthem. We're honouring Team Norway here in the Ice Cube Curling Centre. Ja, vi älskar. Yes, we love the country of Norway. They're playing in Sweden on the sheet just next to our future game. We see the stone color Switzerland playing the red stone, Scotland the yellow. Hannah Fleming out through fourth player Jenny Perry for the last stone advantage. We'll just see a couple of practice slides. Quite some dance music to follow before we kick off this game. So I'm guessing all the teams are pumped up for the game now.
Yeah, they should be really getting to the final stages of the week. And if you win or lose, it's definitely gonna matter at this point. You see Swiss lead Vera Campanova with the first stone of the game.
Maybe that dance music just upped her heartbeat a wee bit too much. That first throw is going to go through the house.
Yep, I like threes. I like go fast. Go fast.
Switzerland had first practice, so maybe the ice has just quickened up a wee bit after Scotland were out there playing and sweeping. This is Abby Brown for Scotland. Just looking to draw the wing, I think.
Very good. Right off it.
And she's gonna do just that. Looks to be quite the open end.
Yes, of course, Switzerland don't have hammers, so they can't really leave Scottish stones hanging around. So a nice take out there from Vera Camponovo.
Yep.
Well, as we are getting quite a defensive start to the game, maybe we should just tell you what's going on elsewhere in the arena today, Sarah.
Yes, of course. We have Russia playing Denmark. Pretty important game there. They are both on 4 and 3. Sweden's playing Norway. Really big, really important for
Another
both them,
Scandinavian battle.
Yes. It's a good thing that we're not doing that game where you and I might, get into a fight. Sweden might be looking for a potential tiebreaker, and Norway really just want to get some wins to make sure that they can stay in the A group. And finally, USA playing the Czech Republic.
Back on our sheet, we see Michelle Grebe with a shot here. Looking to come into the house. Skipped the team and played fourth. Didn't go so well. They've switched things around a wee bit. She plays second now and will still be at the head, calling the shots. Jenny Perry by skipping right now. Jennifer Dodds, second for Scotland.
Yeah, the change in lineup seems to have been working pretty good for Switzerland, and they managed to pick up a couple of wins, and even against Russia yesterday. Speaking to a Russian coach, Anders Kraup, he said, when teams don't really have anything to lose anymore, they start to really get dangerous. So Switzerland really with a good game yesterday.
Yeah, Switzerland, although they're only at 2 wins, they don't have anything to fear, as Switzerland's hosting the next year World Junior Curling Championships in Flims. So they've secured their spot already. But I think there's still some motivation out there. Certainly want to win games.
Yeah, it's 45.
And of course, Scotland with 2 games to go. They're playing Japan next. If they can manage to win one of them, they will be in the 1-2 page game. So really, really important for them as well. Jennifer Dodds hits and rolls out with that one. So again, the house just wide open.
Fine. I got you up there. I got you as up there. But it's 25.
This is Lisa Gisler, third for Switzerland. Some solid numbers for her. Played 88% in the previous game. While Lauren Gray here topping the stats for third players this week, averaging 88%. And makes a good start to this game as well.
Hits that right on the nose. Probably quite happy with that. Scotland wanting to just keep the stones around where it might be just a little bit more difficult to hit them, and even if Switzerland knows this, they're looking at a pretty easy blank. Here is Jenny Perret, fourth of the Swiss team.
Yeah, came on as an alternate, but she plays fourth for her own team back in Switzerland, and they decided to put her on the ice, and she's done quite well. Sometimes teams just need a change.
Yeah, definitely when you're feeling like you're having a rough week, it might be good to just change things around and create some new energy. Seems to have been working well for the Swiss girls. As Hannah Fleming, skip for Scotland, plays her first stone here in the first end. So hits and a little roll in. And now we're going to see Hannah Fleming throw just a bit more weight and try and roll off, which will mean the end will be blank. And Scotland will keep hammer in the second end if they manage. Last stone of the first end. Scotland looking for the blank. And she will roll off. Mission succeeded.
I was so soft with that release then. That release was so weird, wasn't it? It's like a bit really soft. See what they do. Don't mind going for it if we're having a chance.
And with that first end being blanked, Switzerland and Vera Camponovo is once again gonna play the first stone here in the second end.
Vera Camponovo actually topping the stats for leads this week. Seems to have done her job.
Yeah, and this is another nice one.
Yeah, really nice spot there for the first red. And looks like Scotland maybe want to put up a corner guard here. Maybe feel like they have control of the ice now. Wouldn't mind putting a few stones in play. Maybe a bit longer than Hannah Fleming wanted, but doesn't come off the center line, and sits in a usable spot for the Scots. Vera Camponovo looking for the tight center guard. It's just going to overcurl a little bit and come into the rings. And there might just be a double and roll for Scottish lead Abby Brown.
Yeah, even if Scotland jams this, it's still really good if they can get the roll. Do have hammers, so just kind of want to get some stones in play that your opponents can't reach.
Waiting for this one to cut over. Just going to be a nose hit. And skip Michelle Grebe. Well, go down to the hack as she plays the second stones. See the Swiss team stats here. 74%, fourth overall.
So then you might wonder, how can they be ranked fourth but only have 2 wins?
Either they play just above average every game, but it's not enough to win games, or maybe they just play defensive and that way you get easier shots and you get better stats.
And Scotland instead ranked first with 80%.
Yeah, they've been the most consistent team. Not only when it comes to making shots, but also tactics. Just seem to have one game plan and they just follow that game plan all the time. They're not overly aggressive, but they pick their spots when the right time comes to score, and certainly worked for them. Remember, they won the World Juniors last year in Östersund, looking for back-to-back goals.
And sorry, Jennifer Dodds rolls too far again and all the way out. Switzerland will put the centre guard back up, so we're still going to see a couple of stones in play. So good line. They will slip into the 12 foot, so Scotland can actually just go for the hit and roll here again, and if they want to go for the double, there's not a lot of separation in between them, so Switzerland would have liked this a little bit higher. And it's almost absolutely perfect. You will get the double, won't roll quite in behind cover, but still a very good try by Jennifer Dodds.
Pretty much gets the perfect roll here, I think, Lauren Gray. Yeah, super shot. Comes in behind the corner guard. Might just see some of it. We're going to try and come after with the soft weight, just a hack weight, I think it's indicated here.
Yeah, just like you said, Sander, when Scotland put that guard there, that it might just be a little bit too high. There's plenty of curl on the ice here, so that means that it's still possible to come around it.
Just going to clip the guard though, and we'll actually roll over to set up another guard for Scotland if they want to come around it.
Just come this way. 5, 5.
Yeah, I want to keep it high. A 5 would be just top of the 8 foot. If you come too deep, you'll see the Swiss team probably come down and freeze it for at least second shot. Maybe even play the hit and roll off the open one and roll on top of this one. So make sure you keep it high. I just want to bring this one deep if it's in the open already.
They should maybe have swept that there. It's quite a good angle if Switzerland wants to play the double.
I think you maybe just play the hit and roll off the shots on here in behind the guard. That's why you could have thought about bringing this one deeper, and that shot wouldn't really be a good option for the Swiss if it was maybe back 8 foot. So Jenny Perry playing fourth for Team Switzerland, looking for the hit and roll. Looks pretty close. Yeah, just going to roll a bit too far. Enough for shot though.
She'll find the nose, won't really get the roll in behind, but sits for 2.
So Scotland looking good for their 2 here. If well, unless Jenny Perry can make this roll. It looks like it's over curling. And it's actually going to roll all the way out. And that's going to leave the open house draw for 2. Good start for Scotland. And I don't think you'll see Hannah Fleming missing this one.
No, she drew her draw shot challenge pretty much to the button, so they should know the weight pretty well down here.
I think she played the out turn on her last on drop, but still. The team's our team probably has the weight for her. Can probably tell her a split time, and she'll probably throw it perfect, and they'll control it into the house. Abby Brown, Jennifer Dodds on the sweep, last on, second end, looking to score 2. Not really touching it. Just needs to settle down. And it will at the back of the 8 foot. Enough to score 2. And that's the score after 2 ends. 2-0.
Yeah, so this is the first time we're going to see Switzerland with hammer. And because Scotland is leading the game with 2 shots, they are going to put this in the house. Knowing that Switzerland's going to need to put up a guard.
Yep. Okay, well then. Yeah then. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's good. Nice. Uit de stad er weer naar voren. Vuist goed. Wel het zetten, wow.
So corner guard coming up here from Vera Campanovo. She places that quite well.
3-4.
And we're going to see if they can utilize it as well as Scotland managed in the second end.
Good. Just clean then. Line's nice. Just clean. Line's good. Jen. Just 3-4. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yep, 1. Go, go, go. Nice, Abby.
Comes into the house, so Switzerland allowed to remove it. It's quite a good guard covering the right side. Want to leave the side that's toward the corner guard closed.
Well, gets the double here at Campanova. That's an okay result.
It's not in. It's come round. What do you think? On the nose. Can't feel it.
There's a bit of crowd in this afternoon. It's not as easy for the players to communicate across the sheet. Look to play the nose hit on the center guard, which I think maybe was a better call. This might just put him a wee bit of trouble. There's two Swiss guards up.
And you definitely don't want to wreck on the guard so close to the house that it'll push it in.
Really hard. Come on, hard. Keep it straight. Get the bounce. Get the bounce. Right in. Right in. Go, 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 go.
Yeah, so a chance for Switzerland now to lie two and have that corner guard in play as well. Probably going to look to play the hit and roll in behind that guard. You think a team that has their skip play in second spends a bit more time?
It is possible. There is some more going up and down the sheet, but it shouldn't be a problem if you have, if you're just being efficient with your time in the hack, and also there might not be as many stones in play when you play second, so it's possible that Michelle Griebe could maybe just go down to the hack and let Jenny Perret call the shots from the house.
Yeah, well, I just think sometimes, you know, if you're used to being skipped, you're used to staying there and just discussing your shot before you go down, so it's kind of hard to maybe let go of that routine. But, you know, as you say, have plenty of time, you shouldn't be a problem, but I do think you just spend a wee bit more time, as you certainly still want to discuss your fourth player's shots.
Played it fine.
So with that nose hit from Dodds, I think Switzerland might still be sitting in one. And Jenny calling the draw around. If they ever nose this, they won't be in the rings, and with the roll they are quite likely to set up a double. So want to keep two stones in play and also get a use of the guard.
This draw is just going to go all the way through. Really had to stick around there. Now Scotland, the chance to lie shot. And had themselves a centre guard here, maybe even roll to light two. Lauren Gray. With the end turn across the face here of the top red. looking tight. And she's just going to remove that right, I think. Barely. Just a bad throw from Lauren Gray, I think. Chance for Switzerland to try and come around the corner again. No, they're playing a hit and roll.
Yeah, if they really wanted to score two, it would be a really good chance to come around the corner now.
Yeah, it's just a lot easier to place your shot with the draw rather than the hit and roll. This is just a very cautious call. And you're going to roll out here, I think, unless you jam there. No, spinning off it. And I think you'll see Hannah Fleming just call the appeal on the corner guard now.
I think I like you better. If you get that wrong, then they've got it on top. And that's a bit messy, I suppose. If we go there and they go on top of us, then they're shot.
Well, if you peel the guard, you're not going to have that problem.
Think she can hear you?
I can hear her. It doesn't go the other way. Right, so just going to draw the opposite wing. That's, I think, the second best option. I don't think you'll see the Swiss come around the corner if Lauren Gray is able to lie full 8 foot here on the tee line. Especially considering that last call.
Keep looking. Looks good. Looks good. Tee line, right on the tee line. Sounds good. Good. Nice
And
roll.
Lauren
Well judged.
finds a very good spot with that one. And just as you said, Sander, Switzerland just with a takeout here.
Ja. Zie je? Wow. Ja. Zie je? Ja, ja. Hands up.
No hit for the Swiss. And I think Hannah Fleming's looking for the same. He'll be higher up in the house though, so we'll leave a hit and roll for Jenny Perry. But still a very difficult shot, so the two's not really in play for the Swiss here unless Jenny makes a really good one. There we go.
So going for the roll here, it's really good if she can make it. Oh, and look at this one.
Yeah, rolls a long way. Not sure if it's enough though.
No, I don't think it's hidden, but very good attempt.
Yeah, actually just overswept the line there. But it's really hard to call the line on such a long roll. So Hannah Fleming with her last shot here of the third end. Just looking to remove the only Swiss stone in the house at this moment. And if she could ever stick around, that would be a bonus. And again, no problem for Skip Fleming. Jenny Perry is already in the hack. And she'll just look for the peel. So Switzerland's turn to black the end. Last on third end. Maybe just push that one a wee bit out. Will it catch the yellow? No, it's going to go right past. Big mistake from Jenny Perry. Certainly the way to miss the shot is maybe the nose hit, Sarah.
Yeah, definitely, especially when you're already trailing by 2 points. You don't really want to make that a 3-point lead for Scotland.
No, especially not against this particular Scottish team.
And why is that?
Well, their hitting ability is really good. If they ever get a 3-point lead, a 4-point lead, it's going to be really hard to come back in the game.
Good thing for Switzerland, though, we are playing 10 ends, so still a lot of curling to go. And elsewhere in the Ice Cube Curling Centre, Czech Republic with a steal of 3 against USA in the second end. Americans got 1 back, so score there is 3-1. Sweden got 1, then Norway blanked, and then they stole 1, so they are leading the game 2-0. Finally, Russia, Denmark, score there is Russia 2, Denmark 1. And Abby Brown will just be looking to get this into the rings again, in front of the tee line.
Yeah, real hard. Real hard. Go, Jen, keep it going. Hard, Jen. I'll sweat. Good.
Nice stone placement by Abby. And no surprise, we'll see the corner guard called by Michelle Greeby.
Really important to be in front of the house here.
It's going to slip into the house here. And it's going to let Scotland play the hit. Haven't seen her play that much this week, Campanova, but her numbers are certainly really impressive so far. Maybe not being able to copy those good stats. A couple of slip-ups.
I think Switzerland, being 3 points down, really want to try and put up the corner guard. Still very early in the end. You don't want to leave Scotland with too many opportunities of blasting things around in the house.
Well, I like the corner guard here. If you want to make a cautious call, you could play the nose hit on the wide yellow. You'll fly corner guard that way. But you still have to kind of hope for a miss from the Scots to get your 2 going. So this is certainly the call to allow you to get some stones in play. It's a nice peel by Jennifer Dodds. I will move her up from 67% to somewhere in the 70s.
It's always good to be over the 70s. So now coming down to freeze the shot stone, I believe.
I think you should be corner guarding a couple more times here, run a few stones down before you make a move. And then you can maybe play the freeze, hope Scotland blast, and then come around the top yellow. I think you're just making your move a bit too early here. But we'll see. Michelle Greavy with the freeze attempt. Don't think we've seen a perfect freeze yet this week. I mean, we've seen some really good ones, but on this ice and with these lively stones, even the perfect freeze is just not going to hang around. That is if your opponent has a heavy hitter coming up. That's a really good attempt, but it's not going to be enough. Although the plan for Switzerland is probably hoping that they'll blast both of them and roll out. That's like the main plan, really.
Yeah, and then you can just draw around the yellow one in the top 12 foot.
And if she would ever jam it, that would be a bonus for the Swiss. But looks like Jennifer Dodds has full control here. They're actually going to like to, which might come in handy. And as expected, they will now try and come around the top yellow. But again, just a bit too early, I think.
Yeah, I totally agree. Scotland has 4 stones left to play, and the chances that you're gonna keep them from either playing the perfect run back or then the double, they're not too high.
Well, firstly, you got to make this draw. It looks to be a bit light, maybe over curling as well. Does spin in for shot.
So 100% game so far for Lauren Gray.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's 100% accurate. She did roll out in the previous end on a takeout. She will roll out this time as well. Although this time it doesn't really matter. Don't think Hannah Fleming's too upset with her rolling out right there. Lisa Gisler. She'll get a chance to come around the wide yellow. Perret and Camponovo on the sweep here. Got to drag it past it. Just going to end up with a freeze. And now Scotland, they're lying too. Might just be looking to play a draw themselves.
What double? Off of this? Double? You want to go here? just draw to the open?
Yeah, that red isn't
Well,
really a problem for Scotland unless Switzerland gets a perfect draw in behind them.
Yeah, I don't think I like to draw in behind here. If you ever come deep, you'll just allow the Swiss to play the freeze. I think you draw the open wing, and if the Swiss come around it, you have a perfect angle to just blast the top two and run your yellow back onto it.
to be top team. Looks heavier.
Just feels like this is
Yep, go, go, go.
this
go,
is the only shot
go, 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 go. Hard
where
time.
you leave Switzerland an opportunity,
Go, 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 as far as it'll go.
and it's going to come deep to the back to 12.
Okay.
Certainly you could have been heavy on your draw play in the opposite wing as well, but just less risk, although did not end up in a very terrible spot.
Ja, zeg het T-lijn. Zie het nog alleen?
So Gisler looking for the perfect come around here.
Yeah, she's had one attempt. She'll be able to be close with this one. Line's just a bit wider, and it's going to line the open.
Hands up.
Now that back yellow might just be a problem for Hannah Fleming. Got to make sure to catch this one either on the high or low side.
Inside.
Looking to get the inside here to avoid sticking the red one. Although if you do get the inside, you might leave Switzerland with quite a nice freezing opportunity.
So over curls a wee bit and rolls out. Did the most important thing though, getting rid of the red one.
Zo'n effect. Is je wedstrijd really good?
So down to fourth player Jenny Perry. Hasn't had the greatest start to the game. Did flash that last shot in the third to give up a steal. Looking for the draw here. I don't think you want to be over buried. That's just going to leave the really easy run back. Certainly not the problem here for Jenny. Had big weight on that one. Now Scotland lies 3. Here we see the Swiss guys and their coach Martin Rios in the red. Haven't had the greatest week themselves. Although they have been a bit unlucky. Just haven't been able to win too many games. So already lying 3. Hannah Fleming with a chance to draw the top of the house to make Jenny Perry's last stone draw, or last draw, a bit more difficult.
Yeah, not really in a position to steal, but still, if you are sitting 4, it's definitely going to be some more mental pressure on fourth player of your opponent.
This one's looking pretty good. Didn't want to come too deep because we would just allow the nose hit for Jenny Perry. And instead of drawing the 1 foot here, she's going to try and play the exact same draw, which is okay, I guess. Obviously, you have a bit more room to score if you play along, try and stop on the center line, but she just threw the spot, so should be close here. Really heavy with her first one, just trying to compensate a wee bit. Last on fourth end for Switzerland, trailing by 3, needs to score. It's a draw for 1. Not heavy this time, sweepers on it. She's got to drag to the 8 foot. And I think it's going to be enough for Jenny Perry. This time came around the guard, although didn't really matter.
No, important thing was that she puts Switzerland on the board in this game to take it a little bit closer. Score after 4 ends. Scotland 3, Switzerland 1. So 5th end has started. Switzerland would quite like to get a steal here in the end, this end, before the halftime break. Scotland 2 points up with Hammer. And Abby Brown with a come around. She's been pretty consistent with placing her draws.
On sheet A, we just saw Czech skip Janatova facing 5 with her last draw. Managed to cut USA down to 1. Really nice draw to the 4 foot. And the score there is now 3 shots to 2 for the Czechs. 1 up with the Hammer. Norway, Sweden still battling it out on sheet B. Sweden picked up another steal in the 4th end to make it 3-0, while Russia leads the game 5 shots to 1 over Denmark. Kampanova not looking too happy with her efforts here. Just can't quite get them in the right spot. This last draw here is just going to be in the open for Abby Brown. Oh, well, she don't want to take the center guard too much, because if she removes this one from play, what happens?
Well, the Swiss will just get to replace it. Leads are not allowed to hit guards.
It's what we call the free guard zone, which I think is probably one of the best rules in curling.
And why is that?
Well, from what I've heard anyway, if a team maybe won the last stone advantage in the first end, they would just hit constantly for 10 ends or 12 ends even they played back in the day, and finally put their last stone in the house for win the game 1-0. Doesn't really make for exciting curling.
No, it would make our job really, really difficult.
Really, really boring. But with the free guard zone, you can always put some stones in play. Yeah, I've thought of making it a 5-stone rule. I know some events over in Canada has played with it. Not sure if it does a great deal, but certainly curling is still in development.
Yeah, the guard zone rule is really good, but players are getting so skilled nowadays that if they really want to, they can make a lot of doubles. First of all, you can always play the tick shot and remove the guards, and then players just make a lot of doubles with very precise up weight ability.
When you say tick shot, what does that mean?
Means, well, we saw Jennifer Dodds hitting that guard, and she's not allowed to, but she is allowed to move it, so if she would have gotten the exact same hit but with less weight, it would just have been moved out to the side. Basically useless for Switzerland.
This time, I think she will pass the guard. With move 1 red, roll to the side. Still a centre guard in play, but now 2 yellows in the house. And I don't know what you do here if you're Switzerland, Sarah. Just go all out for your steal, or is it too early? What do you think? You're playing the best team here this week, probably.
Yeah, they kind of want to go for their steal, but at the same time, if you leave too many Scotland stones around, they might score big on you, and you might just see the game slip out of your hands. So it's a bit tricky. I think you just need to pick a plan and then really go for it, hope for the best. So they are going to put up the guard here.
I think that's probably the best call. I think you just kind of have to be aggressive here now and leave as a difficult shot as possible for the Scots, and just really up your draw game. Hannah Fleming doesn't quite like the centre guard there. I'm just going to peel it off with the help of Jennifer Dodds. A new centre guard from Switzerland.
And a bit of an angle here now, so possible
They
double
just wanna go for that.
for Scotland.
It's gonna
They might
probably
even-
take hours, but
I think maybe the problem playing the double here, you might just run the second red back onto your yellow.
or you could go this way, not run it, go on the nose, but you'd leave the shooter. Just go that and let it run in. Okay, yep.
Yeah, so if you want to avoid the steal, making sure that the front is cleared up is priority number one. So Lauren Gray here with a double.
Yeah, if you catch the second one thick enough, you might just kind of drag it out there a wee bit and maybe not stick it on your yellow. But you need some weight for that. This isn't.
Must have put that back on.
This is a bit more controlled. I'm just going to tickle the second one. So takes off the
Okay, I think it
centre,
must have popped it out.
protecting that shot stone in the house.
Would you call this an easy double?
Nah, I wouldn't call it easy double. Yeah. It's okay.
It's an okay double.
Yep.
It's you know, if you're an inch high or low, you won't get it.
Yep, yep.
You might just jam this one a bit too thick. Gonna go
Good try.
and do that. Leaves one red.
Number seven, Amo. Sorry. Should have been a bit quicker. Yeah, totally. Like, especially when you don't still do that. What's he kept? Listen to that. I hope I get chips. Ja, aber wenn sie da spielt, aber da überlegen, hier beide können wir noch wieder nehmen. Und wir haben eine 9.
So I think they called a hit and roll here. So maybe just being a bit cautious. Could have played a draw.
Needs to roll to set 2.
She will.
They lied too. No. It was. Right. Okay. That? T-line? Yep. Anyway.
So we're just gonna tap up the yellow to sit shot.
That'll get a shot. Attack. It's T-line.
Jennifer Dawes proposing to play the hit and roll off the
Touch more.
right red, which I think would maybe be a safer option. Good light shot for sure with the roll in. If you're nose hit, you might be able to use that stone later on. Leave yourself 2 options to come into the forfeit.
Whoa. Right off. Right off.
This is a
Right off.
one more difficult shot. Just gotta get the line and weight perfect. So far hanging wide. Coming down though.
Just looking for the draw around here instead, but they were a bit too late in that call. And I think that only gets them to a second shot. Or maybe third.
We would have been down.
Looks like second. What do you think?
Slid tight and that's soft. That's second. Should have taken it round. Saw catch that. Saw spiller. Was lite längre kvar här. Därför sa jag.
Now Jenny Perry, I think she's looking for the hit on the Scottish second shot. Might be over curling here. Got to hold the line, Campanovo. And Gisler. She's not going to do that. Over curls, and that's not a very good result. Leaves Scotland first and third shot, I believe. Open hit for 3.
Yeah, instead of really forcing Scotland to 1, this is just a way too easy shot for them to score 3.
You heard Hannah Fleming said that was lucky. Certainly was. It didn't look like they were going to score 3.
Okay.
Looked like Switzerland was going to score 3 if anything. But Hannah Fleming with a chance to put the game in her pocket right here. Last stone of the 5th end. Looking a bit wide maybe. But no, gets the inside. Sits for 3, scores 3. It's a 6 shots to 1 game after 4 ends. And it's going to be pretty tough for the Swiss now. So 5 ends played. Both teams will have a 5-minute break. They will get a chance to talk to their coach. Maybe the alternate players will bring them some snacks and drinks as well. We'll be back in a few minutes. Give you some highlights from the first 5 ends. And of course the rest of the game here between Switzerland and Scotland in the Ice Cube Curling Centre. So we're going to take a look at some of the highlights. Hannah Fleming and her Scottish team blanked the first end. In the second, they got the chance to draw the 8-foot to score 2. And skip Hannah Fleming doesn't have a problem playing that shot. 2-0 after 2 ends for Scotland.
And in the third end, Switzerland looking to blank. And here you see Jenny Perret just missing the yellow stone, and it's going to be a steal for Scotland.
Fourth end, Jenny Perret just drawing down the same path she did with her first one. Came up a bit heavy on her first attempt, finds the weight on her second. She plays a draw against 4 Scottish counters. 1 point for Switzerland.
And in the fifth end, Scotland 2 points up, and here with nose hit to score 3.
Yeah, big miss from Jenny Perry, where her last, and just left a nose hit for that 3. 6 shots to 1 now for Scotland after 5 ends. And I think we're just about to kick off the 6th end. Elsewhere in the arena, 5th end was blank between USA and the Czechs, so after 5 ends there, 3 shots to lead for the Czechs. 5 end is played between Norway and Sweden as well. Sweden just running away from that game, stealing 2 in the 5th. 5-0 there. Russia, Denmark yet to finish their 5th end. We're down to the last shot for Porchinova. They have the 5 shots to 2 lead, and I think she's maybe drawing for 1 here in the 5th. Might be drawing for more than 1 actually.
I think she's drawing for 3 or 4.
Yeah, felt like a big miss there. We'll get back to you on that first. We'll get back to our future game first. It's Switzerland really trailing Scotland, looking to put those corner guards up in play. Fleming struggling with a wee cough. Let's hope it's just a dry cough, nothing serious. So we're really close to the playoff stages.
Yeah, and if Scotland wins this one, they are going to be in the 1-2 page playoff game.
Two stones in the forfeit from Abby Brown. And you were right, Sarah, that was a draw for 4 for Team Russia. How I thought that was a draw for 1, I don't know.
Maybe you had your colours confused.
Maybe.
Russia now leading that game 9 shots to 2 over Denmark. They will be starting to look really hot for the playoffs as well. And we talked earlier about the free guard zone rule. Leads not allowed to hit guards. Of course, that does not apply for second players. So Jennifer Dodds in Scotland now gonna get started on removing some front stones here. And there you see the first one go. So Switzerland gonna play the freeze. Would maybe be wise to put up another corner guard, and we talked about it earlier. Just let a few stones run down before you make a move into the house, especially when playing a team like Scotland with very good hitting ability.
So I guess we're just looking for the freeze here. Maybe a little tap on the yellows. Try and just sit on top of the yellow second shot here. Just comes off the line a wee bit. And I think we'll just see a peel from Jennifer Dodds. Yeah, was actually the shot I was looking at. If you could remove your back one, that'd be better. So that's a perfect result. Keeps your stones in front of the tee line.
Very good freeze there.
Yeah, super shot. It's really hard to come to the inside now. So pretty much impossible to remove the red.
You could come off your own top yellow. Scotland's sitting shot, and
that's true.
It's gonna come down and freeze to this as well.
Yeah, if you run your own yellow in, you might just spill everything. Leave Switzerland a draw to come around the corner guard.
So just going to play the freeze here and hope that Switzerland will create some separation when they try to get shot stone, and then look to blast it then.
Yeah, don't want to bounce off this one. That's no good. It'd be better short even, I think.
Yeah, that would have even worked as a guard.
So Switzerland's just going to call another freeze here. Try and lock everything in place in the forefoot. But she's going to come up a bit heavy as well. An okay option B though. Gets the freeze on the other yellow. And looks a bit difficult for Hannah Fleming.
I'll get rid of that, but it should bounce this into the open. Am I at least clear?
So they've called the shot you talked about earlier, Sana. The angled run on your own. If you don't remove any reds, at least you're hoping to just open things up. Get some separation on the stones. And you and Lauren Gray will spill one red.
Yeah, not a bad result there. Switzerland sitting for shot now, but a bit more separation.
I think they called the freeze on the top yellow. It's just a bit heavy and off the line.
But it's not going anywhere. If we can come to, I think, why don't we play this, tight on that, and then try and bump that to here? Because that's not going anywhere. I like this. Normal? Tight ice?
So you for sure. He'll surely remove the one red there. Just come to the inside, would peel weight, maybe punch the other one over. As we take a look at the skip stats. And yeah, I think that's the main reason why Scotland's in the lead here. 6 shots to 1. Hannah Fleming's made everything. Almost everything.
And Jenny Perry, poor thing in the last end, she actually even helped Hannah Fleming with making her shots.
Yeah, and she flashed that one at the third end to give up a steal. It's just haven't made their shots that well. Although I've got to give her credit, she just came off the bench in onto the team and played 2 great games. But third one's not always the charm, as we see Hannah Fleming with a great shot here.
Yeah, gets rid of one red, bumps the other one out to set 3 on the forefoot.
I think that was the best she could do there. Yep, peach.
A beaut.
Yep. Somehow Switzerland's gonna figure out how to score 2 here.
Just gonna come down and freeze again.
Jenny Perry looking to improve a wee bit here.
Makes the freeze. It looked like Scotland's still sitting 3.
The only shot they have is that. Either that or we play this. I like the guard. I like the guard.
I think you guard the red one here.
Yeah, I think that's what they are looking at. Just making sure that there's not the tap for Switzerland.
Yeah, I think the only shot Switzerland has to score as it lies now is that tap on the red. So if Hannah Fleming can just guard it, I think I'll score 1 either way. I don't think there's a triple on. Surely had it. Surely would have.
Do you want to play the top then?
I think you should come down again and take a look. I don't think there's a treble on.
Yeah, go down. We've got time.
Yeah, that's good. They're going to go down, take another look.
Is there a triple on? There's a triple, is there?
Might be.
Yeah, it could be. Okay. Just do that. You can only
Yeah.
get one.
Yeah.
Do you want to come this hand or that hand? I think this one. I don't want to touch that.
Okay. Just tight Isa's hand. I like that.
Well, maybe there.
Yeah, and if it's maybe there,
Maybe there for.
Scotland's going for the to be sensible, leaving them a shot for one rather than a
We did think of this.
potential
I quite like
shot
it.
for 2 or maybe 3.
Yeah, just might be a treble if you play the out turn. Catch the top yellow as thin as possible to get the back one. You might just spring the red one onto the third yellow.
So Hannah Fleming here with a tap to prevent that.
Gotta make sure she doesn't leave a quad though. I think that's gonna be pretty difficult, but
Looks like weight is really good here.
yeah, nice shot. Let's see what Switzerland's left with.
We can still do that one, but... Yeah, because I went up and Jen was like, is the triple there? And I was like, well, if they get the triple, then they can have the 2. And she's like, no, it'll be for 3. I was like, you know, because if we play triple for 2, you're like, fine.
Yeah, well, I guess if you're 5 up, you don't really have to score any more points. Just make sure Switzerland can't get more than 1, and she'd done that. So
Hard triple.
don't think she'll be able to score much more than 1 here. Jenny Perry, big push. Last on of the 6th end. Gotta catch the high side here. Run the red one in. And really nice shot, but I'm not sure if it's enough. It's going to be 1 yellow. I'm not sure if the shot was there then to score 1.
No, I'm not sure either. It looked like she played that just about as good as she could.
Well, anyway, Scotland steals 1. It's a 7 shots to 1 game after 6 ends.
I just didn't look at the triple at all when I was down there. So.
So our first game in this draw is done. It's Russia beating Denmark 9 shots to 3. Denmark took a single in the 6th, and then they felt like there was no turning the game around. 6 down without hammer, 4 ends to go. They've shaken hands, and
6 down as well here on our sheet, but with hammer for Switzerland, so at least that's better than being without.
I think you try and play an end more. See what happens. There's still 2 other games though. Still playing. It's another blank end in the 6th between USA and the Czechs, although there's plenty of stones here in the 7th. Still a 1-point lead for the Czechs with hammer. Sweden is playing Norway. Norway has now finally scored. They're up on the board. It's 5 shots to 1 for Sweden, and I believe they have hammer in the 7th end.
And Scotland looking to stay out of any kind of trouble will put their first stone through the house, making sure that they won't leave anything that red stones could get caught on.
Yeah, you saw that's what happened in the previous end. Abby Brown threw her 2 of her stones into the forefoot, and it just made it possible for Switzerland to play around with it, play those freezes, make it difficult. So just going to keep the house open, and that way, if they just make all their shots now, Switzerland shouldn't be able to score more than 2. You don't mind giving up 2 here, for sure.
No, I think that's fine. If you're 6 points up, then you will be 4 points up, and with hammer in the 8th end, it's quite a nice situation.
Two nice corner guards from Vera Campanovo. And let the peeling begin.
Yes, Jennifer Dodds has been excellent so far in the game, especially with the peels.
Well, that was slightly close to a miss, but will catch the red.
Michelle Greeby drawing around here. I think once again we've talked about this, and another corner guard might still be a good choice. If Scotland peels the guard here now, then you're already playing in the house. Sooner or later they are going to make a double. And your chance of scoring 3 is pretty much going to be lost.
Yep, hard. Clean. Yep. Good.
2 nice peels by Jennifer Dodds.
Want to go for the run? And if you just stay at the top, that's fine. Normal. Yeah.
So this guard comes a bit closer to the house.
If you're wide, that's okay.
And Hannah Fleming won't mind trying to run back here. Try and take both reds. Lauren Gray has been pretty good so far.
Just good try.
Just off nose.
Played it nice.
Leaves the yellow one in play.
Still replacing the guard. Lisa Gisler. Is this maybe just going to come down in the house? In that case, they would really like to get some cover behind the yellow to avoid an easy double for Lauren Gray.
Well, does get an okay angle, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough for them.
Just want to catch by that.
Looking for the double here, Lauren Gray, but that first red's just going to jam onto the second, and does have to catch it quite thin to make it move.
Really hard.
Just make sure to get rid of one red here for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
It's going to catch the other side actually. Bit of a sloppy shot.
It was hard anyway to get them both. Oh no. It's as if my body. Is my body saying it tight? It's like you're all going tight. Right. It's like it's just pulling you, and you're following it. You can't do it.
So this one is heavy, and if Scotland hits the shot stone now, they will be sitting two. Could make it difficult for Switzerland. They are going to need to score a couple to stay in the game.
Was er så? Können wir auch so? Also, aber er schaut da sicher noch vorne, was ist die Minimal Seconds? Minimal. Schon? So minimal. Was dir lieber ist?
I know that's why I'm asking. It really feels like that as well. Like I'm not.
You're fighting. Take one down.
So gonna try and come down and freeze this. Then maybe if Hannah Fleming gets a double, she might roll out and Switzerland could maybe score their deuce.
Ow, I'm so not used to standing anymore. Sicher, Anne. Vorne 4 muss es sein. Zieh richtig. Zieh. Komm, fest zieh. Zieh. Finish it. Knock.
Coming up short though, so Scotland still sitting 2.
Yeah. So just touch a net. Nice. Want it to be on the centre line.
Really not putting any pressure on Hannah Fleming for her last shots. Just a chance to come in here now and set 3 and even make it difficult for Switzerland to score.
Touch less. No! Why? No! No!
Will just be on the tee line, so shouldn't be too difficult for Switzerland to score 1. However, opportunity of scoring more is now completely gone.
Was the edge there? I thought I slid it really slow, so I sort of. Yeah. Still edged? Thank you.
Spieß Vierfuß. Altså, dolly. Vi kan jo leke, wenn ihr will.
Noon! Time was that?
So last stone of the 7th end. Nose hit or a little roll to the inside here for Switzerland to score 1. Looking good for that. And she'll pick up 1 point.
One red. Good. Oh, thank you.
And
Thank you.
doesn't look like the Swiss want to play anymore. 5 shots down on Scotland. Certainly looking pretty tough to get back in the game, and they're just going to shake hands here. And Scotland stays perfect.
A really good game by Scotland. Just keeping the pressure on the Swiss all the time. And they're now ready for the 1 2-page playoff game with 1 game to go in the round robin. See the score there, final score, Scotland 7, Switzerland 2 after 7 ends. And now you want to stay tuned for an interview with Hannah Fleming. And you also want to come back tonight, 7 o'clock local time here in Sochi, Russia. We're going to be giving you the game between Switzerland and Sweden in the men's draw. So for now, stand by for interview and join us later tonight.
looked like an easy win against Switzerland today. What do you think was the main difference between the teams out in the ice?
I think we just played consistently well throughout the whole game. We got on top of them near the start of the game and sort of continued that throughout.
You've moved to 8-0 now, improving your record of 7-2 from last year. Do you feel like a stronger team in this competition?
I think we are a stronger team. We've trained a lot harder and put everything into it over the season. So I think it's shown the benefits now.
There are some other teams out there, obviously, fighting it out. Who would you like to maybe play in the playoffs or potential final?
I don't really mind who we play. We always say it's just 4 curlers that we play against, so we're just going to keep doing that. So really, for us, it doesn't matter who we play.
Right, congrats on the further spot on the 1-2 page.
Thank you.
And here, the highlights of the game. Second end, Hannah Fleming with a draw for 2. She's got the entire house. And sweepers will just be keeping it clean. No mistakes, and Scotland scored 2. In the third end, Switzerland attempting the blank, but Jenny Perret just put her stone back a little bit here, and you're going to see it just go by the yellow, and Scotland will steal 1. And here's a really important draw for Switzerland to take the game to 3 shots to 1. Drawing against 4, she needs the 8 foot. And sweepers will get it there for her. Switzerland score 1. In the fifth end, Switzerland missed their last shot, and here is Hannah Fleming with a hit for 3. She'll find the inside there a little bit and take the game to 6 shots to 1. Sixth end, and a big shot here from Jenny Pereira. She needs to try and score with this. Hits it pretty much as good as she can. It won't really be enough, and Scotland will steal another one. Finally, seventh end, Switzerland once again with a chance of scoring 1 here. Jenny Perrier just needs to get Noser a little bit on the inside. She'll do that there, taking the games to 7 shots to 2. And Switzerland decides to shake hands. Scotland picks up the win and keeps their clean record of now 8-0 here at the World Juniors. As we take a final look at the scoreboard here. Final score between Switzerland and Scotland, 2-7.